Oh, wait.
And you tell me if you nod your head yes. Hey, and welcome to Training on the Go with Neill, and we're in Thailand. I wish you could see the beach out there, but Lisa and Jessica had a question.
Yeah. Neill, will you tell us some more about healthy churches?
All right. Well, one thing we do is we talk about Acts chapter 2, and we look at verse 36 through 48, and we look at what the early church did as they were forming. And one more thing is, you'll look down here on the table, we talk about a handy guide to a healthy church. And this is other things we can think about as church as we're developing it to be healthy. And first we talk about the pouch, and we want a church to have participative Bible study. And that means we let other people talk, and we have, some people call it discipleship groups or Discovery Bible Study, Discovery Bible Group, and we ask questions about the passage, we read the passage several times, and we participate. And let's focus on being obedient to everything Jesus teaches us, like you said in the Great Commission. Teach them to obey everything I've commanded you, not just to know everything I've commanded you. And that's not for salvation, but we joyfully obey Jesus in whatever he teaches. Third would be an unpaid leadership. Most people are unpaid. They do this volunteer or bivocational, or they just love Jesus. And every church has numerous unpaid people who serve Jesus. The C is sell or multiplies like a cell. That we want to keep the group small enough so there can be good participation, there can be people that know each other, help each other, serve each other, and they can also meet in homes, houses, or unpaid or cheap locations so that we can multiply these movements of churches quickly. And we talk about every church has 5 things. There's going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the first thing is one holy vision every church should have, and we can use Acts 2:36 for that as one of many passages. But Peter, when he finished his sermon, he said, and this Jesus who you crucified is both Lord and Christ. And so we're going to worship God through Jesus and have this vision of glorifying God in our churches. The second is we're going to focus on 2 tracks of authority in our churches, and that's 2 places we get our authority, and those are the Bible and the Holy Spirit. And those things are going to run like a train track. We draw a little train track here, and we say they'll never, if we keep them both in balance, the train will never crash. And we need both in to keep us on track. The 3 would be the 3 roles that a church has, and one of those is pastors, overseers, and elders. And that can be in different ways we call it at different countries and cultures. We want to see multiple leaders in those roles so that we can multiply the number of groups. And so we're always mentoring those people, pastors, overseers, and elders as well. And the second role would be deacons or servants. And we're going to organize those deacons. I'll tell you in just a minute in a certain way. And finally we have a priesthood of all believers. God gives gifts to every believer, and the work of the church is to equip the saints for their gifts, using their gifts of service. And so we want all the believers sharing their faith, we hope, maybe starting Bible studies, actively living out their spiritual gifts in different ways. And finally, fourth, we have marks of maturity. We have 4 marks of maturity, and this would be, we call self-governing. The church should have authority to do and decide how they're going to do things. They should be self-propagating, meaning they should know that they need to start new churches and help new people come to Christ. They should be self-supporting. They should give offerings and gifts. They should cover their expenses, and maybe they can help do projects in the community and missions and other things out in the community. And finally, the 4th would be self-correcting. If somebody says something that's not in the Bible, then we're going to correct that using our tracks of authority. We're going to keep ourselves driven by the Bible and the Holy Spirit. Self-correcting. And finally, 5 purposes of a church. And I like to say, and you can break these out different ways, but I use worship. Sorry, you might not see this. Evangelism/ministry, discipleship, and fellowship, and missions. They say evangelism and ministry are things we do, that same things, feed people, help people, share Jesus with people, but often it grows churches that already exist. And missions is things that we do, feed people, share Jesus, but we're going to start churches that don't yet exist and go to peoples that don't have enough knowledge of Jesus Christ. So this is the simple overview of the handy guide. And if you freeze your camera now, video now, you can see we have all this spelled out over here, except for the 5 purposes, but you see that in the video.